All right, folks, welcome back. Another daily game of Sudoku. Got a very hard puzzle today. Let's look at the symmetry, shall we? So they got some pretty cool lanes here. Cool lane here. Some lanes. I like these lanes. Some lanes here in the middle. So what I'm talking about with this lane here is I'm looking at this number. Look at this 9 and 5. They come across. This 9 and 7 come across. See, there's no 9 or 7 in this left cube. So with this 9 and 7, they come across, and so 9 and 7 have to be here. I do have a 9 here, so there's my 9. There's my 7. Look at that. Now the only three numbers that are left for this cube have to go here. We've got a 1, we need a 2, and a 3 and a 4. So we do have a 3 here. So this can be a 2, 3, and a 4. This one could be a 2 and a 4. This one could be a 2, 3, and a 4. Pretty cool. All right. So now we have these are now called ghost rows, and they cover all the way down. No 2, 3, or 4 here. No 2, 3, or 4 here. No 2, 3, 4 here. 2, 3, or 4. So now we can extrapolate some data that we didn't have before. This 4 comes over, and I'm just kind of using my pair scenario. And this ghost row of 4 says can't be here, and I do have another solid 4 here. So my 4 has to be there. Ghost rows of 3 across the bottom, solid 3 through the middle, so my 3 has to be here. Not a whole lot of help with the 2 just yet. That's all right. 2 does come across the bottom, and we have a 2 on the left, so 2 has to be in one of these 3 spots. Now I'm missing just 3 numbers in this top row. I'm missing a 1, a 2, and a 3. Now the cool thing about this column is there's already a 1 and a 2 in it. So if these have to be 1 and 2 and 3, this is the only spot left that a 3 can actually fit, because I already have a 1 and a 2 in that column, using both columns and horizontals. So like if I were to count, I'd go 1, 2, okay, this could be a 3, and then I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So no number can fit here except the 3. So now let me clear out my number there. So these are now 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Those are locked into place. Looking vertically to see if there was any 1s or 2s to help me out, and there are not just yet. That's okay. We'll get there. So now I've got 3 numbers missing here. So I'm going to look at that. I need a 1, so it cannot go here. So I have a 1 either here or here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need a 6. Well, this 6 says I cannot have a 6 here. So that means that my 6 has to go in one of these 2 spots. 7, and then I need an 8. Well, this 8 says it can't go here. So to complete this row, just like that, that row is now completely marked up. Okay, now this 8 does come up, so I only have 2 spots for my 8 in this cube. I got my 1 because this 1 comes through here. 9, 8, 7, 6. A 5 comes across the top, 5 comes across the bottom, so my 5 has to be here in the middle. 4, 3, 2 can be any of these 3 spots, just like 2 could be up here. And then my 1. Okay, so I'm just, you know what, let me just write those in there so I don't get confused later because I forgot to mark it. Let me mark these here too, or I'll get confused that I forgot to mark it. Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun in that top row. Now, because of symmetry, let's look in these bottom rows. I got 2 numbers here. I got a 4 that comes across the top, a 4 that comes down the left, so just 1 spot left for the 4. And the 6 and the 8 are already here. This 1 does come down the left side, so I only have 2 spots for my 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 1 help on my 5 at the moment, 6. Now 7 comes down and 7 comes across. Ooh, look at this, 2 7s here. So the only place left for 7 goes here. And the only place for a 7 is one of these two. Has to be there. Which also, this 7 comes up and says the same thing right here. Has to be left or right. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. What else do we have to help us out? 8, and then we need a 9. Lots of 2's everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5's everywhere. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Only have 3 numbers here. Let's see. We need a 1. We've got a 2 that comes across and helps a little bit. And says a 2 has to go here or here. 3, 4. Any help with the 5? Nope. 6, 7, 8. Any help with the 9? Nope. Okay. Let's see here. We have a pair of 6's, bottom and top, and down the right. 8, 7, 6. Any help on the 5's? Yep, we have a 5 in the middle and on the right. So the 5 has to be one of these two. Which also tells me that a 5 has to be here or here, because it can't be in one of these two. So we got a 1. 2 can be over here. 3. No 4 over there. No 4 here. One of these two has to be a 4. Got a pair of 4's right here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Any help on the 9's? Not a whole lot just yet. What about 3's here? I've got a pair of 3's. So my 3 has to go here and here. 2 goes right through the middle. I still have 4 spots that 3 could go. And then I have a 1 across the top and a 1 through the bottom and a 1 down the left side. So I've got a 1. Let me look at this middle row. 2, 3, 4. So 5 could be here or 5 could be here. Sixes are here. 7, 8. 9 could be here, here, or here. Okay, let's look vertically for pairs and see if we can weed some of these out. Alright, we got 2 7's right here across the top and the middle, and then up the left side. So there's our 7. That's good. We have a 4, which means our 4 has to be here in the middle somewhere. Okay. 3's left and right, and then through the center, so 3 has to be top or bottom. 1 and a 1. Let's see, what did we miss? Did we miss any over here? Oh, cool. Well, I put this 4 in here. One of these two were a 4, but it can't be here anymore, so this one has to be a 4. One of these two were a 7. That makes this one our 7. Let me take out my 4. What was the other? Was there a number that I didn't put in yet? Okay, one of these two is a 1 because of this one and this one. One of these two is a 2 because I have a ghost row here. 3, 4, 5, 6 has to be here. 7. Okay, my 8 is what I didn't fill in all the way. See this 8 across the top and 8 up the right side. So yeah, see, I got to be careful or I'll get myself off with my pencil marks. These two could be an 8, and then there's a 9. So that's fully marked out now. I thought I had marked them all, but somehow I missed one. Do, 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 do. Okay, does that look right? I think we're okay there. Alright, one of these two is our 7. We just did our 7 here. So there's our 7, which makes this one a 1. All right, so we had two numbers here. What are we missing? A 5 and a 9. Okay, and this could be either one. I just didn't have it fully written out. So 5 and a 9, 5 and a 9. Now I have a 9. Let's see, I have a 5 down the middle, 5 up the left side. So our 5 has to go here. We have a 9 up the left side, 9 down the right side, so the 9 has to go here. Okay, I do have an 8 up the right side, 8 across the top. So 8 has to go here. 7, what about 6? 6 up the middle, so 6 could be anywhere on the right or the left. 5, 4, what about 3s? So the 3, okay, cool. So the 3s, the 3 comes across and the 3 comes down, just like the 9 comes across and the 9 comes up. So what that does is it double locks these. Double locking is very important. What that does is it tells me this can no longer be an 8. See this 3? That tells me this cannot be a 3. See this 3? It says these cannot be a 3. See this 9? No 9. And then one of these two has to be a 9. That's why the ghost columns are very important. It says this cannot be a 9. So the only way for this cube to have a 3 and a 9 is to be here and here. There's only two spots for two numbers, which tells me this can no longer be an 8. That makes this one an 8. Has to be. Now that is going to help us resolve these guys. So that now makes us a 6. There's our 8. There is our 2. There's our 1. And we're just going to cascade these guys through. If this is our 2, there's our 1. If this is our 8, well then this one has to be our 8. Let me clean up that 8 there, so we still have 2s and 5s. That's nice and clean. Okay, very good. Okay, so now we have the three numbers that are missing right here. We've got a 1. We need a 2 and a 6. All right, 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6, 2 and a 6. Now this cube is fully written up. This cube is fully written up. I think a 9 was what I was missing over here. I just hadn't gotten to just yet. We just put a bunch of numbers in. So we do have an 8 across the top, 8 through the middle, 8 down the left. Only spot left for an 8 is right there, which makes this one our 3. Cool. So we had these 3s and 9s. That now makes this one a 9, makes this one a 3. Very good. All right, so we're missing a 2 and a 6 here in this row, and a 9. Anything going to help us out with that one? Not just yet. We've got a 6 here. Okay, this one here, looking vertically. See, we have a 2 and a 5. That makes this one a 2 and a 5. Only numbers that are missing. Okay, let's see what else we have pairwise. We have all the 3s already. Okay, 4s, 6s, 9s, 7s. Ooh, 1. This one comes down this lane. I like lanes. So my 1 has to go in one of these two spots. Cool. I have a 1 down this lane and a 1 through the left and 1 through the bottom. So this is actually the only spot for a 1. That makes this one our 1. I clean that one up out of there. Alright, so we got 3 numbers missing here. We need a 2 and a 5. Okay, can't have a 5 here, can't have a 2 here. But this one could be a 2. And then we're missing a 9. Alright, 9, 9, 9. 9. Could this be a 5 as well? Sure could. All right, let me write that down. I don't want to mess myself up by missing a number. Okay, so this cube is fully marked out. Now, let's see here. What else do I need to put here? Let's do the 1. Okay, now 2s could go here, but they could also go here. I have nothing stopping 2s, so let's jot those guys in. 3, 4. Now I need a 5. Now 5 can't be here, but it has to be one of these two. but it could be here as well. 5, 5. Okay, now let's look at our 6. I have a 6 here, and I have a 6 here. So my 6 has to be one of these top two. 6 and a 6, 7, 8. I have a 9 through the middle, a 9 across the top. So my 9 has to go either here or there, one of those two spots. Does that look right? I think so. Now, looking at this guy here, I have a 2, 5, and a 6. 2, 5, and a 6. Okay, this cannot be a 5. But it could be a 2 or a 6. Okay, I'll just jot that in there. I think that's what I need to do. I've got these 2 cubes left. I just need to mark them all the way out. Okay, so I have a 1. Now I need a 2. Nothing vertically with a 2. Nothing horizontally with a 2. So 2s can go everywhere. 2, 2, 2. 3. We've got our 4 marked. Got our 5. So we need a 6. Now the 6 cannot be in the right. Okay, now that's going to help us out here in just a second, folks. So the 6 has to be in the left. Now what that tells me is that only one of these two could be a 6, but it cannot be this one anymore because I have 6s down this left side. No 6 goes here, so this one has to be our 6. One of these two was a 1, has to be this one. So we're just using that elimination. Okay, so I've got my 6, we've got our 7, we've got our 8, we need a 9. Cannot go across the top. And it looks like 9 can go everywhere else. So let's jot in some 9s, 9s, 9s. Just to make sure our pencil marks are all up to date and they have them everywhere. Okay. We have a 2 and a 4 here, so we need a 2 and a 4 here. So we've got our 1. We need a 2. Now the 2 can't go in the middle. And vertically it can go everywhere else. So we got a 2 and a 2 and a 2. We've got our 3 in one of these two spots. 4s in one of these two spots. 5 is over here in one of these two spots. 6, 7, 8. Now looking at our 9, 9 can't be in the center, but it can be everywhere else. There we go. Okay. Now see this 2 and 5 and this 2 and 5, you know, and all these 2s and 5s. I'm curious how that is going to resolve out. I'm curious. Curious, curious, curious. Okay, and then see these 5s and 9s and these 5s and 9s. And this is kind of where I get stuck. Normally we can get 1 or 2 more little answers out, which I'm probably just missing something simple. Do you guys see it? This is one of the reasons I don't like to put more than 2 numbers in a square, because I can get confused easily. I will just admit it. I get confused. 4. 2 and 3. And this is usually where I have to break out a piece of paper. And I feel bad having to do this. I wish my brain could calculate out a couple more probabilities. I kind of get stumped when I go out 1 or 2, and I just can't keep it up. So that's okay. Hey, it's a tool, right? We use our probabilities here, and I'll write some numbers down. I'm trying to see what else I can. There should be something there that I see. Double locks are great. Crisscrosses are great. Ghost rows and ghost columns are great. I don't know why this 2 and 5 right here, it just keeps coming back to me. See this 2 and 5? So this couldn't be a 2, 5, 9 because that would make this one impossible. That's just the way that that would work. 2, 5, 9. See, 9 would have to come over here. Oh, all right, so just for giggles here, I'm going to put this as a 2. All right, so that one's a 2, which means the next one over is a 5. So if I just follow that propagation and just see how that would turn out, so that would be a 5, and that would be a 5. Okay, so that'd be a 2 and a 6. Okay, that would make that one a 5. 2 and a 6, 2 and a 6. Well, that didn't get me too far, does it? All right, let me try it the other way around. 5 and a 2, 2, and a 9, and a 5, and a 2. Okay, and a 9, and a 5, and a 9. Okay, so I think I just found out a rectangle right here. So if this is a 2, so I started off with this as a 5, and it came down to this to be, if this is a 5, this becomes a 2. This is a 2, this becomes a 9. If this is a 9, this is a 5. Okay, so my question here is so if this is a 5 and this is a 9, that makes this a 2. Okay, so a 5 and a 2 makes this a 9, which makes this a 5, which makes this a 9. So then I have a 2 and a 9, and then I can't have a 2 or a 9 over here, which means this breaks. So I, I wish I could see it. So here's my pickle right here. If this is a 5 and this is a 2, it won't work. So this can't be a 9. See, there's like a rectangle solution here. I just can't see it all the time, so I have to pencil it out a smidge. But the way I started that out, so this one here cannot be a 5 because that will cascade down to here to make this one a 9. So this one cannot be a 5 if this one's a 9. That's what I did. So this one here has to be a 2. This one has to be a 5. So this one has to become a 5. And then let me clean up my 5s. So this one has to become a 5. Okay. Now here's the trick, is it didn't really clean up a ton. Okay, so I have no 5 here, so that makes this one a 5. Oh, nope, nope, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, nope, what did I just do? This is, let's see, 1, 2, I lost my numbers, 3, 4, no 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I just didn't clean out my numbers right. Okay, that looks good. All right, so now, See, so this number here still can't be a 9. This can't be a 9. If this is a 9, that makes this a 5 and a 2. If this is a 9 and a 5 and a 2, then this 2 makes this a 9. If this is a 9, that makes it a 5 and a 2. Makes this a 9. Makes this a 5. Makes this a 9. And a 2 and a 9 will make this a 4, but then there's no spot for a 2 or a 4 here because I have a 2 here, a 9 here, and a 4 here, and then there's no number that can fit there. So this number right here cannot be 9 because that will force it to fall apart. So that has to be a 2. Okay, that makes this one a 6, makes this one a 2. Alright, makes this one a 6. Only number left now is a 9. There's our 6, so there's our 2. Alright, so now that makes this one our 2. Clean up my 2 pencil mark. These are 5s and 9s. We like that. Now this 5 and 9 and this 5 and 9 say this can no longer be a 9. There we go. See these 2s and 4s? They're now double locked. So now I can't have a 2 up here. See how that's kind of cleaning itself up a smidgen? Okay, alright, very good. Very good. Now what did I just sort out though? 2 and 4, 5 and 9. Okay, 5 and 9. We're getting there. Okay, so this one here, we have our 2 and our 6. So that one has to become a 9. That makes this one our 5. Makes this one our 9. Makes this one our 5. Makes this one our 9. Makes this one our 5. Alright, now see, there's lots of numbers here. I just haven't cleaned it up. So let me get rid of the 2s. Let me get rid of the 9s. We'll see now that we just have a 4 and a 6. So very important to keep up with your pencil marks, folks. I don't know how many times I've confused myself in a game. So there's a 4. So there's a 2. There's a 4. So I've already got a 5 right here. So I got to clean up my 5 there. I've got a 9 here. So that makes this one our 3. Makes this one our 9. We've got a 4. So that makes this one our 2. So I've got a 2 and a 3. So there's my 4. I've got a 2 and a 4, so there is my 3. There you have it, folks. I know that was a little bit messy. These very hard puzzles, you got to use lots of different tools. Still working on those final recognizing of those patterns. Still use a little paper and pencil to help me out. Always recommend pausing the puzzle before we play. Print you off a couple copies and play along with. I hope you guys had some fun. I always welcome any comments, suggestions, or challenges. And thanks for watching, folks. We'll catch you next time.